Thank you, Dr. Hero. Leave my face! Leave my face! Thank you for making my cheekbones so hot and my lips so perfect. Thank you, Doctor. You're amazing. I love you. Hey guys, I'm Maryam here. Welcome back to my channel. Halloween time, and for this video I have prepared this very sexy, very voluptuous, very well-defined botched 2019 Halloween makeup. I hope you guys like this one. Remember to subscribe, comment down below, hit that notification bell so you can see all of my videos, and let's get to this video before my lips fall off. Hey boo, you like my new look?
Yeah, right away.
I think I need a new boo. Okay, so the first thing that I am going to do in this video is take out a white Kohl pencil. Not a gel pencil, not a waterproof pencil, but something that's very smudgy and that's really easy to take off if needed. And I'm gonna use this white pencil to kind of map out or trace out the areas where I'm gonna apply my prosthetic. So right here on the cheekbone, and also on the other cheekbone, making sure that they are relatively even. I'm also going to add a nose bridge to my nose. I noticed that's the new cosmetic trend that everyone is doing. Whereas before, the nose jobs were concentrating more on getting the tip of the nose really narrow and really pointy. I feel like that's no longer the case. Now everyone is filling in this area right here to create more of a straighter nose, or if they have a bump, to create more of a smooth type of bridge. I'm not really sure exactly what I want to do with the nose, but I definitely want to play around with the nose bridge situation. And of course, the lips. I'm gonna trace out a rather large area around my mouth because I will be using an actual FX prosthetic for the lips, so I'm not really sure how big it will turn out. I'm gonna give myself enough space. Something like that. I'm basically gonna do my makeup as I normally do, with my primer, with my foundation, brows, eyeshadow, etc. And then once we get to the good part, that's where it's gonna turn sort of Halloween. So for my primer today, I'm gonna be using this new STRIVECTIN Anti-Wrinkle Line Blur-Fector Instant Wrinkle Blurring Primer that I love so much. I just featured it in one of my IGTV tutorials, and I gotta say, this is the first primer that I've ever tried that actually prevents your foundation from creasing, especially in those pesky areas around the nose and around the nasolabial folds, you know those. I'm gonna apply that generously to those areas, avoiding these negative spaces that I drew with the white pencil. And also on my forehead, between the brows. Next for foundation. For today's botched look, I'm gonna be mixing my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation in shades 7.5 Neutral and also shade 7.5 Warm. These two are very different shades. The neutral is a very light olive sort of shade, whereas the warm is very orange. Neither one is my true match. I still, till this day, have not found a perfect match in this foundation, but that's okay, I'm working on it. I'm gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury brush because it's much smaller than my usual IT Cosmetics Complexion Perfection, but it essentially does the same thing. It's also dual-ended. I'm gonna mix the two foundations on this palette here and basically apply it to all the areas outside of the white pencil lines. Outside of the shade, do you see how beautifully this foundation lays on top of that STRIVECTIN primer? I told you guys, I don't play. When I tell you that something is the best, it's because it's truly the best for me. And that's when I recommend it. And I also don't work with brands, and I don't create paid content unless the product is truly the best. This video, by the way, is not sponsored by anyone. This is just me dipping my toes into the Halloween makeup tutorials category. I have quite a few looks lined up. This one being probably the most difficult because I did attempt it yesterday and I made a rookie mistake, so I'm refilming this video today. But today I will not be making that mistake. I've learned my lesson. Also wearing a wig cap because I find that outside of the wig cap serving its purpose for wigs and all, it also actually happens to pull your face back, so it sort of gives you this makeshift facelift. Let's do concealer. Benefit Boy and Cakeless is what I'm using. Next, I'm gonna very lightly set my under eye and my forehead. I'm using my Fenty banana powder and this small angled Bdellium Tools brush. Also gonna set around the nose and gently sweep some powder across my forehead. While I'm at it, I'm also gonna bronze up and contour my forehead just a bit using this MAC Canyon Dreamin bronzer that I love so much. Nothing out of the ordinary. You've seen me do this before countless times. Just making my 5 head into a 4 head, narrowing and chiseling, making it look a little bit more snatched. Because that's the trend, honey. You want to be snatched. Okay, that's it. Next, moving on to the brows. I'm gonna be using my new Benefit Brow Styler dual-ended powder and pencil. This is Benefit's brand new product that they just launched while we were in Japan. So first, I'm gonna use the powder and kind of just fill in any sparse areas on the top. See how pigmented that powder is? Also gonna use the remaining powder that's on the product and push it to the front of the brow. Not really minding the white line. I'm going in close. And then also kind of extending that tail end. Same thing on the other side. I love how much control you get with this product. An ideal brow product for Halloween. All right, once you've filled in the shape, use the pencil end to etch out, draw brow hairs, and also make this brow a bit more precise. All right, kind of like that. Ooh, hello snatched brows. At this point, I'm just gonna brush it out ever so slightly, not too much. Still wanna maintain that shape. And next, I'm ready for some eye makeup. I'm gonna prime my lids as I always do with my Fenty primer. Hello. And then for my eyeshadow palette today, I think I wanna go for this Moon Spell by Lunar Beauty. Ooh, this is a beautiful palette, you guys. Look at these colors. Pinks, purples, beautiful shimmery metallics. I see a duochrome in there. I see some crystals. Ooh. I want to do something that sort of flows with the wig that I'm going to be wearing today. Wait for it. I'm going to take a brush, hopefully a clean one, and dip into the shade called Bonnie. Boom. Oh, this palette is heavy, girl. I'm gonna put you down. I'm going to add a Bonnie to my inner corner for a highlight. I don't typically do my makeup this way, but you know, it's BOTCHED 2019, so we gotta move with the trends. And this is definitely a trend that I've been seeing a lot on the gram. My goal for today's makeup is to make it look more tacky than trendy though. We will definitely it up. For the outer portion, I'm gonna take a bit of Sarah. Just gonna sweep that along the outer portion of my brow bone and just creating some shadow. I wanna get that lifted cat lady type of an eye look. To me, that shape is just so synonymous with plastic surgery. Nobody outside of actual cats have that lifted eye shape. I mean, I kind of have it naturally. Next, I'm gonna take Paige. Oh, I just realized, are these the Charmed sisters? Paige, Phoebe, Piper, Prue. There's also a Sabrina in here. Sabrina, the teenage witch. I'm adding Paige right here just for some color and contrast. All right, I'm gonna dip into that purple Sabrina. Ooh, you know, that is a good purple compilation. It's not too purple, but it's just purple enough to give it that zest, that magic. Going back with a little bit of that Bonnie. For the inner portion on the lid, I'm gonna go for this shade here called Prue. I'm gonna layer that to the center of the lid before the fun stuff. Dun dun dun. I know, I'm nervous myself. I am going to very gently remove the white pencil mark that I created in the very first step. I'm also gonna clean up this area just to make sure that it's free from any fallout or any eyeshadow. Gonna do the same thing on the other side. Also gonna get rid of those nose marks and the ever so sexy milk mustache. For the next part, I am going to need the following things. I'm gonna get a little container like this, fill it up with water, because you will need it for your hands to prevent any stickiness. You're also gonna need some type of petroleum jelly or Vaseline. I don't have Vaseline, I'm being extra bougie today, so I'm using the Body Shop Amazonian Savior, which is basically just a balm that looks like Vaseline. For my actual prosthetics, and I'm just calling them prosthetics. These are not prosthetics. This is going to be a piece that I mold myself from the Ben Nye Nose and Scar Wax. I actually need to order a lot more. You will also need spirit gum and spirit gum remover. Sometimes these are sold together. The spirit gum is basically an adhesive to adhere your prosthetics or your wax onto your skin, but it dries very hard, so you do need remover to get rid of it. Ah yes, you will also need a spatula, which unfortunately I do not have at the current moment, so you'll need anything metal. I'm gonna be using the back of my tweezers, the Anastasia tweezers, and also the Sigma tweezers. This is what they look like. Okay, so the first thing that I am going to do is open up my Vaseline. Also have my jar of water ready here for my hands. Scraping up some of this wax on my makeshift spatula. Dip my fingers into my water. I think I'm gonna start with the nose bridge. That's much easier to do than the cheekbones, and it's a much smaller piece. So I'm just gonna mold this little bit of wax into a nose bridge. I'm gonna turn to the side and show you what my nose bridge looks like naturally. It's kind of very flat in between my eyes. I kind of consider myself to be a person without a nose bridge, and if you watch any of my sunglasses trial videos, you'll be able to tell. So in today's video, we are going to be fixing that. Basically, I'm gonna create a shape that will fill in this little groove here and make my nose look a little bit more straight. So first I'm gonna create a little shape like this, almost like a smoothed out gummy bear. Next thing I'm gonna do is add some spirit gum to my nose bridge. I'm not gonna add too much, just right here in between my eyes and down the nose bridge. The rest I'm going to smooth down with the wax. Now, in order for the spirit gum to get tacky, you kind of need to pat it out with your finger, which is annoying because then the spirit gum gets all over your finger and your finger becomes kind of hard, but it's the only thing that really truly works. Make sure there's no cat hair on your wax piece, and once you're ready to glue it on, then go ahead and glue it on. Dip my fingers into my balm, aka Vaseline, and I'm gonna use it to smooth down this wax to create the shape that actually aligns with my nose and with my features. I almost feel like I applied a little bit too much product because I underestimated the size of my actual nose. So this is just something that you're gonna have to play around with and kind of maneuver to make it fit your individual features. Also gonna be using my little spatula here to create the nose shape that I really desire and to really smooth down those edges. This nose bridge augmentation in real life is actually becoming such a thing, and it's such a popular augmentation that sometimes isn't even done surgically. You could even do it with fillers apparently. But my eye is so trained at this point that I can always tell when someone gets this done. It just really, for some reason, tends to change the way that a person looks. Also, my nose is quite pointy here, so I'm gonna smooth down the point just a little bit. God, this cat hair! I'm also gonna smooth out this area between the brows. I don't wanna have too much wax here. Matter of fact, let's just remove that altogether. I'm going to use the edge of the spatula to create a very straight, almost an angular sort of shape to the top of the bridge. Now this will take some maneuvering and some skill on your part, but I promise it's actually not that difficult. Think of it as contouring your nose, but actually literally sculpting it. This side is looking really good. The other side just needs a little bit more zhuzhing. Keep in mind that all these little maneuvers take time, practice, and they take a little bit of skill. And getting an actual prosthetic from the Halloween store is much easier than doing this. However, this is a lot more customizable and a lot more creative. All right, I think my nose bridge is looking pretty good, pretty decent, definitely very different from the side than what I showed you before. I am now ready to sculpt my cheeks. I'm gonna do one cheek at a time, and I'm probably just gonna show you one of the cheeks, and then I'm gonna cut the camera and do the other cheek off camera just because it takes a lot of time. Once again, picking up that nose and scar wax. Basically, I want the most protruding part of the cheekbone to sit right here. I'm gonna try to create an oval shape that's flat on one side to adhere to my actual cheek and then build around it from there. So once I have a shape somewhat like this, I'm gonna add some of the spirit gum right in the center of this negative space here that I carved out with my white pencil, making sure that it's tacky lightly and applying this mixture right here. First thing that I'm gonna do is work on the edging. So I'm gonna use my spatula and I'm gonna start smoothing this waxy area all the way down to the foundation. This is not gonna look smooth at first, but keep in mind we are smoothing it later. I'm also kind of pulling my jaw the other way just to provide extra support. This is what mine is looking like at this point. Might want to add a little bit more. Once you're satisfied with the size, then you can start to smooth it out over the wax, not over your skin. Now is when you're going to want to wet your fingers or use the petroleum jelly. I like to use a little bit of both along with my spatula to kind of smooth and shape and sculpt. All right, at this point, I'm liking the shape. It's still not as smooth as I want it to be, but it will be. I'm gonna pick up more wax and I'm gonna start sculpting the other cheek. As always, I start with a little bit, just creating that oval sort of shape. First stick to my skin and then add more wax on top. Ready to apply my spirit gum to the other side of my face. I am ready to place it. Gently smoothing it down with my fingers first, making sure that the wax is stuck to my skin. All right, I'm gonna work on this for the next hour. Just kidding, this shouldn't really take you more than 20 minutes to do, and I'll be right back. Well, okay, that took me 5 years to smooth out, and it's still not perfect, so I'm just gonna show you exactly what I did to get these cheekbones the shape that they are right now. Basically took a little bit of this balm that I have here and smoothed out the edges by going over the bumps and kind of just like smoothing them into the hollows. But I'm not really so worried about the outer portion of the cheekbone because I am gonna have a wig and it's gonna be pretty much covered. I did want to leave some imperfections to kind of show you what I'm doing. Kind of like playing with putty. You know what? Good enough. This cheek is looking pretty good too. We're not trying to make it look perfect. We're not trying to fool everybody that we had some work done. We're just trying to fool everybody that we got some work done. Damn it, this little part is very tricky here. That's the problem. I got a little bit too close to my movable area and so it shifted. Ooh, doctor. All right, so now for the next step. I'm gonna attempt to apply this lip prosthetic to my lips. This is what it looks like. You can get it at a Halloween store. I got it at Abracadabra in New York City for $17, but I believe it's available on Amazon for half the price. There's instructions on the back. Basically, this works almost like a temporary tattoo. There's a transfer paper that this is adhered to that you're supposed to use as your adhesive. So I'm gonna cut this up. Ooh. Still have my instructions intact on the back. Although you can apply this product with water, I would say you still need a remover to take this off once you're done at the end of the day. Turn FX over and place it face down on the paper. Bloop. I'm gonna place this lip against my top lip, not touching the bottom lip. I'm gonna get my hair towel and hold for 30 seconds. 30. Oh shit, and there goes my lip. I actually have some scissors here, so I'm gonna remove this extra adhesive. Attempting to go very careful and not ruin this sexy lip. Oh, I just ruined my wax. All right, we'll fix that in a second. First, the lip. Moving on to the bottom lip. Here she is in full glory. Removing that film from the top, getting it in position. Getting our hair towel. Oh, honey. Okay, so the lips are somewhat on. Definitely very tricky. I think I got them on better yesterday, but I wasn't able to speak at all because they were all the way in my mouth and the prosthetic was blocking me from being able to say a single word. But today it's just looking a little choppier and not as fakey looking. And you know what? Let me just reapply some concealer over here. This might help. I know I've powdered it down before, so this is just a little extra step. I'm gonna take a separate beauty blender, blend that out ever so slightly and very, very gently. And going over the wax. I'm not sealing the wax with liquid latex because that is the mistake that I made yesterday during my first attempt of filming this video. The liquid latex, although is meant for sealing in the wax, it acts like a skin finish that's more similar to zombie makeup. However, it does not by any means make your skin look smooth. After completing all the steps that I've just shown you, I basically sealed my face with liquid latex and I ruined the whole entire thing. I was so upset and I knew I shouldn't be doing it. I knew it, but I just didn't listen to my gut. All right, this is actually not bad at all. Yes, you can still kind of see the border here because the way that the concealer is adhering to the wax isn't making it look like it's the same color all around. I'm gonna attempt one more time with water this time to smooth out any ridges and imperfections. And now taking my powder and that beauty blender, I'm gonna seal that wax. Holy crap, so nerve-wracking. Powder actually does a pretty decent job at sealing in those borders. I'm gonna keep on applying it. Oh, that looks so lumpy. So I'm gonna set that wax right here on my forehead and around the nose, on top of that nose bridge. Gonna take a small brush and a large brush and basically whisk away any of that extra powder on my skin. Next, I'm gonna go back to my foundation application, and then with the beauty blender, I'm going to very gently go over all of those areas where I did not apply foundation, as well as on top of this wax. Don't forget the nose. Might need to use a tiny little brush for that nose bridge. Okay, well, hello. I'm gonna use just a little bit of my MAC Canyon Dreamin bronzer. Contour time. I'm gonna take a little small brush and my Canyon Dreamin bronzer, and I'm gonna basically go underneath this mouth, contouring the shit out of it, like that. And also somewhat along the top line. Ooh, yeah. I'm gonna do the same thing to my nose. And this will hopefully also kind of distract the eye from all of these crazy imperfections. I'm trying to do my regular makeup face with this mouth, and it's not working. So now to finish up my eye makeup, I'm gonna use a black liner pencil, lining underneath the eye, winging it out, smudging it. Also gonna seal that with some purple. Can you guys tell that I'm trying to distract from this crazy edge and this crazy prosthetic happening here? I am. I'm also not really trying to keep very precise with my eye makeup. I still want it to look crazy, almost as if Botched was a makeup style, which it is. And we see that more often than we see any other styles, if I'm being perfectly honest. Yes. Ooh, really gotta keep these cheeks protected from all that fallout. Take a little bit of that page and add a pinch on top. Like that. Next, lining my top lash line. I'm just gonna reseal that and kind of just pull my lip down. Oh, yes! These lips are cracking and peeling like I got some kind of disease, but that's fine. We're kind of going for that. Also gonna line the waterline with black. I can't say V's. There's no more V's. Lashes, mascara. Highlighter time. Cookie from Benefit. Oh yeah! And also down the nose bridge. And now for the lips. Gonna line these lips with a lip liner, hopefully to disguise some of those rough edges. Gonna connect these lips. Of course, I'm also gonna contour these lips. And now I think I'm ready for some lipstick. MAC French Silk. Ooh, we need gloss. Ooh, well, hello guys. I am 3 months post-op and I am looking wonderful. I can't speak too well, but I am feeling my new everything. My hair, my lips, my cheekbones be popping, honey, yes. All right, you guys, this is the final look. I am totally in character, but obviously this tutorial was strictly for fun and it's for Halloween purposes only. We've all seen cases of botched on the internet and on TV, so make sure that if you choose to go the plastic surgery route, you do not go this far. Make sure you do your research and go to the right doctor. That's first and foremost. That said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And there's always cat hair on my nose. Hi, how you doing? Take it to the bridge. Oh, dirty babe. Aye. Here goes. Huh. Ha 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 ha. partner. Oh yeah. Woo-hoo. This is honestly the most nerve-wracking tutorial of all time. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She's here. And she is looking bad. Oh. Hello. Oh. I might have a nip slip. Hold on. You have to be extra, okay? When looking like this. Thank you so much for watching and for subscribing. I will see you in my next one.